Yo, what is going on, people? This is your boy Infiltrator, and today we're talking about what Jump Force could have been. Now, this is a topic that some people might get mad at me for. Some people will say, hey, Infamous, you are 100% correct. Some people say, man, like, you're kind of right, but you're wrong. But I want to talk about this because this is something I've had on my mind for a while now. So how I'm going to break this down into different sections like story mode, created characters, etc., etc. So hopefully you guys do stay tuned for the entire video. And if you do, make sure you guys do give it a like. I'd appreciate it. You guys did want to see this video first, I did do a poll showing off all the videos I'm going to have coming out this week, so make sure you guys do check out these other videos. Anyways, let's dive right into it. So the first category I want to talk about is the story mode. Now, first of all, personally, I did not like the story mode. The story mode was very glitchy. It was not that immersive. It was not that good overall. Had pretty generic ass storytelling, with the big bad being the person you're working for, which was pretty, like, everyone knew from the jump he was going to be the main villain of the game. Not to mention, you didn't even get Kane and Galena as playable characters, but we'll talk about those characters more within the DLC and the characters portion of this video. But the story mode was very lackluster. We had so many glitches of Sanji, glitches of Frieza. It was just a glitchy game overall for the story mode. Not to mention, at launch, which is something I still can't get over. At launch, this game did not have skippable scenes. How do you make an entire game, a fighting game, or any game in general, Bandai, how did you let them publish? How did you publish this game without any skippable cutscenes? So the entire first week until the game came out on that Friday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I had to sit there, play the story mode, and watch every single cutscene. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was garbage. It was horrible. I hated it. I feel like as a company, Bandai should have looked at this game and said, hey, why is there no skippable scenes for people who do not want to watch this? And the game was absolutely, the story mode was bad, in my opinion. I feel like it was too generic. You didn't even get the two dopest characters within the story mode. It was just too much. Honestly, the only reason I did story mode was to collect the money so I can get, pieces for my CAC, my created character, for them to wear. Now, diving into the next portion, which is going to be characters. Characters are very, very important, and I feel like this is something I want to talk about. Now, the character roster, I would not have changed. I feel like the character roster is a decent character roster. The only major thing I would probably do is add Kane and Galena in the game as playable characters with nerf down moves, because they were very OP during the story mode. So I would add them in the game with some nerf down moves just to make it kind of balanced for everyone else on the roster. But I feel like Kane and Galena were two characters I really wanted to play as Kane that should have been in the game. They had no excuse at all. You had full move sets, full models, great graphics for those characters, great renders for those characters, and we can't play as them? What's going on? What's the problem? I feel like there was so much you guys could have done with those two characters, because I did want to make Kane a playable main character, but what happened? We didn't get him at all. Moving over to the CAC portion, I feel like CACs are the best part about this game. Now, the CACs are a crucial portion because I love the CACs in this game. They actually look really good. Now, of course, you do have the same generic Type A, Type B, Type C movesets. I wish they incorporated more movesets with guns or swords or whatever to give you a different fighting style. But when it comes to actually customizing your character, I really, really enjoy this. A lot of people are making different characters, man. Shout out to Flux, man. I'll have his channel right here on the screen, man. But he makes so much character creation videos, and they are awesome, man. Keep up the great work, dude. But this is actually some of the best stuff I've seen so far, like just making characters and using them and showing off what moves you can use with those characters. Now, of course, I do myself also have some character creation videos on my channel also, so you can check those out if you want to. But I feel like the character creation is some of the absolute best portions of this game. Now, it was not needed in my opinion, and I feel like it still isn't needed, but it's one of the funnest aspects of Jump Force at this point. Now, of course, next I want to talk about offline game modes and online game modes. So I feel like this game has given us a huge lackluster online and offline game modes. To be honest, when you play any of the offline modes, you only really have player versus player, which you can play with your friends here in local area, which means like if your homeboy comes to your house, you can play with them. Of course, you do have mission mode, which mission mode is only needed to get money to get the costumes, which is like, Jesus, like that's the only reason I even played the mission mode. And then after that, well, there's nothing else. You either play the matches against one another or training mode, of course, which I feel like most of us spend our time anyway and enjoyed the most out of the entire area of the game. When it comes down to the offline game modes, I feel like honestly there was not much to work with. I feel like we should have had other game modes that whether it's like a decent, mission mode and offline endless mode would be pretty cool, something similar to what Storm 4 has. It doesn't have to be exactly like Storm 4, but I feel like that'd be a great mode to throw into the game. Not to mention, when it comes to the online modes, they are the most lackluster, time-consuming, and boring part of this game. Now, of course, you can hop onto rank match, you have player match, some of the most simplest things you will have in any fighting game. There's no endless, there's no tournament, there's no king of the hill, there is none of that. There is none of that in a good, like, why was there none of this in there? Not to mention, we still don't have the rematch button, and plus it's super boring and it's super whack to have to go all the way back outside the lobby just to re-invite your friend and send them another invite, instead of just having a simple one button click to say, hey, let's fight again. That is the most ridiculous portion of this entire set of the online modes. Not to even stretch into having like the tournament and endless, you don't even have a rematch button. It makes the game unplayable and very, very boring very quickly. And it's gotten to the point where a lot of people, even other people who did do content on Jump Force, is playing Mortal Kombat, Power Rangers, or any other game they want to play right now. So I mean, I don't know, I'm enjoying playing other games. Jump Force was great, it was cool, but really it's been super lackluster when it comes to this kind of content. So I mean, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it at this point, but it is what it is. Now, of course, you guys know I'm going to talk about DLC, and that's going to be the last thing we're going to talk about. So here I'm going to have the picture of all the DLC we have so far, or all the DLC coming out, I should say. These are all the DLC characters coming out for Jump Force, confirmed 100%. With that being said, if you look here, I'm going to have another picture on the screen, and this was the infamous DLC. This is what I wanted to see as DLC, and I feel like for some of these picks, a lot of you guys can agree with me, man, but I feel like, honestly, the DLC that's actually coming out, it has some good characters, some characters I would have never thought would make it into Jump Force, but at the same time, I feel like the characters I put into my list are some characters we absolutely should have had. We should have had in this game, and there's no excuse. Not to mention, Kane and Galena should be in the game as well. But man, I don't know, man. I feel like the game has so much more potential, and I feel like Jump Force could have been so much better. And I feel like a lot of us who were kind of talking about Jump Force on our channels has the same idea. But I mean, let me know in the comments down below, guys. What do you guys think of Jump Force? Do you think Jump Force is still an amazing game? It needs work? Like, let me know in the comments down below, man. I know a lot of you guys that did a poll, you guys wanted to see this video first. I have more videos coming out very soon. Sorry for this, for like kind of lack of uploading lately. I've just been so busy with the job and moving into the new apartment. I'm gonna have a setup video coming really soon. Anyways, though, I will see you guys all within the next video. This has been your boy Infamous, and I am